Ta-da!
Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in Lund, Sweden. For today's video, we will be playing Day 22 of Battle for the Borderlands. The match today will be between the Dragon Slayers and the Savage Orcs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the warbands and take a look at the board. Here's our first warband, 100 points of the Dragon Slayers using the red dice. They are led today here by their leader Brugzuk Caskwalker, and he has the Dashing Cloak of Heroic Renown, which gives him the 5+ regeneration special rule. He's joined here by 2 additional Dogs of War. One has the Worn Boots of Unseemly Haste, which gives a Swift Stride special rule, and the second one has the Spiky Shoulder Plates, which gives the Impact Hits 1 special rule. All of these guys here have great weapons. Our leader has a great weapon and an array of axes, so pretty powerful little group here. 100 points of the Dragon Slayers. And here now is our second warband for the Savage Orcs using the green dice today. They are led here by our leader Kratak, who is a Savage Orc. In addition to him, we are joined by our 3 Dogs of War. One of them is going to be a regular old Orc boy, and he has the Regimental Standard. Over here we have a Savage Orc with Drog's Decapitator, which gives the Killing Blow special rule. And over here we have the Club with a Nail in, which gives a 2-handed wielder against the Random Attacks D6 special rule. Now in addition to them, we have also here a Stone Troll, pretty powerful, 3 wounds. We have 2 Error Boys and 1 additional Orc Boy. There you go, a total of 100 points for our Savage Orcs. Here is the board we'll be playing on today, a standard 4-foot by 4-foot board with the desert theme. As you can see, there is an oasis in the center here with an ancient tree in the middle of it. Other than that, we have some ruins from the previous generation's war, and this is how it looks on the deserty outskirts in the Borderlands. So let's go ahead and roll off to see who gets to deploy first. So the dwarves with the red and the orcs with the green. Here we go. And 2 6s, let's try again. 2 3s, let's try again. Okay, there we go. The Savage Orcs will deploy first. Here we are now after deployment. We have got all of our Savage Orcs in a line here. They chose this side in order to deprive the dwarves of some of their hiding spots. Over here we've got 1 Error Boy perched up on top of that building, and our second Error Boy is down here on top of that building, so they should have some pretty good line of sight to try to pick off some dwarves. And over on the other side now, here we have our dwarves lined up, all 4 of them. We're hoping to be able to get the first turn, maybe get some cover behind that rock, make our way up. Remember, these guys are not very fast, but we do have the first turn very likely. So let's go ahead and roll for that now. Alright, dwarves deployed second, so on a 1 to 5 they get to decide who goes first. No! They don't get it! So the Savage Orcs will decide to go first then. There you go, Savage Orcs, turn 1. Before starting out, let's go ahead and roll for our Ancestral Grudge, and we got a 6, which will be Seething Score to settle. All friendly models with the Ancestral Grudge special rule have the Hatred special rule against all models in the enemy army. That will be important to remember because that will give the dwarves quite the advantage. First off, let's roll for our Stupidity test here. Leadership of 8, ooh, 10, but we have a re-roll. Ah, no way, he fails it. So, not a good start. He's going to stumble forward D6 inches and can't do anything else this turn, so let's move him up 4 inches here. There we go. No charges to declare, so let's go ahead and just do remaining moves. Nothing too fancy, let's just go ahead and march all of these guys up, and we'll leave our shooters, our arrow boys, where they are. And there are their final positions. So a little bit of a line here. We've got them marching up, coming around through the trees. Let's go ahead and take some shots. And after measuring it out, actually, both this guy and this guy are just out of range. So they cannot shoot here on their 24-inch range. So that will be the end of the Savage Orc turn 1. Let's go on to Dwarves turn 1. Nothing to do here now but to move forward. Let's take this whole line and get them up here on this rock. And there we go, the band of brothers ready for some combat. Alright, we've got no shooting and no combat, so that brings us to the end of Dwarf turn 1. Let's go over here and flip it over to game turn 2, and let's start out with the Savage Orcs. Alright, Savage Orcs are going to try to play this smart now. Charges to declare. Let's go ahead and let's not charge everything in at this point. We're going to take these two Savage Orcs and send them both into the leader, and he will hold. Okay, those are both 11-inch charges, so we need to roll a 7 on each of these. Let's start out with this guy here showing a 7. No, he's going to fail head 3, and this guy, 7. Yeah, he gets it with an 8, so 1 in, the other fails. And that's how that looks now in their final positions.
So 1 successful combat here now.
Remaining moves, I realized that I forgot to roll for stupidity. I got too excited, and he is fine, so that's no worries about stupidity. Let's go ahead and move these guys up and leave them outside of the average charge range of the dwarves. And here's how things will look now. We've backed up this guy right here, but the rest we've just moved up this line just outside of 10 inches. So let's go ahead now and take some shots, starting out with this guy and this guy. On second thought, this guy is still out of range, so let's go ahead and still move him during our remaining moves before we take our shots. And there he is now on the ground. Starting here with this guy, let's have him shoot over onto that guy, and we're long range, we didn't move, so ballistic skill 3, 4, hitting on 5s. There's a hit, wounding on a 5, no. Next shot from this guy here over onto that guy, he also moved in long range, so he's hitting on a 6, no. Combat, we have just 1 combat. Let's go ahead and take this here with our leader and this Savage Orc. So we're going to have the Slayer here use his array of axes, so he gets an extra attack, and he doesn't have a great weapon, so that means he has a higher initiative. He gets to start out, so we're going to be attacking with 5 attacks. So here we go, 5 attacks. We're going to be hitting on 3s. And we hit with all of them. No need to use our hatred. And we'll be wounding on 4s. And there are 2 wounds. 6 plus ward for war paint. He gets 1, but misses 1, so that's all he has is 1 wound, so he is going to go down. Alright, that was a tough combat. We were hoping this other guy would have made it in, which would have hopefully made a big difference there, but alas, a bad roll. So that guy is gone. That brings us to the end of the combat phase. Let's run over now to Dwarf turn 2. Alright, charges to declare. Let's go ahead and send our leader here into the stone troll. He has to hold. Let's send this guy into the BSB. He will hold. And we'll send these 2, each of them, into the leader. And he will also hold. Okay, these are risky rolls, all of them, because we need to roll an 8. They're outside of our average charge range. Let's start here with our leader. No, he's going to go ahead 3. Let's take our next guy here. He has the Swift Stride rule because of his boots. So let's go ahead and roll 3d6. No, he's going to go ahead 4. Next 2 here. Let's go ahead and take the first one. No, he's also going to fall ahead 4. And the last guy, no, he's going to go ahead 3. So failed all around. So that is how all of those failed charges ended up. Ugly, ugly rolling. But that's how it goes sometimes. That's the end of our turn for the dwarves. They can't do anything else. Let's move on now to Orc turn 3. Starting out with stupidity test for our stone troll, and there's a 7. He is fine. Time for the dwarves to pay for their failed charges. We're going to have everybody charge in here. Let's start out by, we're going to send this guy over into the leader. He will hold. Let's send this guy into the leader as well. He will hold. Let's send this guy here, hold. That guy here, hold. And we'll send him here. Now let's send him here as well. And we'll have him hold. Quick set of rolls just to make sure. This guy over here, no problem. Banner, he's in. Stone troll, in. Our leader. Ooh, we'll have to measure that one for a 3, and this guy in. Everybody made it in, so here are the final positions. We're going to have some massive combats going on here. Let's go ahead and for our final remaining moves, let's just move these guys up, that guy here and this guy here. They're not going to be doing any more shooting, so let's just get them up into combat. And here they are now having marched up. Alright, combat time, let's do this. We've got these main combats right here. Let's start here with this one. We have got higher initiative here because he's using great weapons. So we're going to be hitting now on a 4. There we go. And wounding on a 5. Got it. Actually, because of Chop Boss, it was an extra strength, so that was wounding on a 4. But that makes our 5+ save go to a 6+. No, he doesn't get it, so he's going down. And let's just turn him around like this. Let's take this next combat with our leader onto the guy with the spiky shoulder plates. And our leader is Frenzy now, so he gets 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh, nothing. Coming back with the warrior, hitting on 3. No, but he has hatred, so he gets to re-roll that. Hitting on a 3. There's a hit. Wounding on a 3. No. Tie combat there, so nothing happens. Let's move on to the next one, BSB and that warrior. Okay, here we go. 4s and 4s. There's a 4. And wounding on a 4. No, that's a 3. Coming back. 3s and 3s. No, but we have hatred. There's a 4 and wounding on a 3. Yes, too strong, so he cannot take that. Boom, he's gone. He is outside of 6 inches, so he does not need to take a test to see if he will flee. Let's go over here now to the main event. Okay, let's once again use our array of axes, which means we get 5 attacks. Let's do what he does best. We'll put 3 of them to start out with onto that big dude. On second thought, let's do all 5 into him. Here we go, hitting on 3s. And we've got hatred now, first combat here, and wounding now on 4+. Everything's on a 4+ for sure. Nothing. Coming back here, club with a nail in it. Oh, only 1 attack, so he'll get 1 attack off. He nevertheless is friendly though, so 2 attacks. Hitting on 4s, nothing there. And of course, I forgot to take a fear test here for the troll. We are fine, so he does not fear the troll. Troll attacking now. Troll hitting now on 3s and wounding on 5s. There are 2 wounds. Cloak of Renown, 5+, he gets that, so he only goes down 1 wound. So down by 2, loses combat by 1, but he's a Dragon Slayer, unbreakable, so he's sticking around. That's the end of the combat now for the Orcs. That's the end of their turn 3. Let's go on to Dwarf turn 3. Charge to declare. Let's go ahead and have this guy, we will send him into this combat. No, let's keep him on the leader. And there's how that one will look. Let's go ahead now and fight out these 2 combats. Starting out with our leader here now, 4s and 4s. So there are 2 hits, 2 wounds on 4s, and there is 1. Let's randomize the attacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be on this guy. He needs a 6 to save him. He gets a 1, so boom, he is gone. Coming back here, 1 attack on a 3, and that's a miss. So they lose combat by 1. Their leadership is down to 9, and no problem with a 7. And let's run over now to this second combat right here. Same thing, array of axes onto the troll. Here we go. We're gonna be hitting on 3s, and we got all of them. Come on, we gotta get some 4s this time. And there we go, 3 total. 5+ scaly skin, no save there. 3 wounds now, we get a 4+ ward. Oh, look at that, he saves 2 of them. So he will go down to 2 wounds. But we at least got something. Club with a nail in it, 5 attacks, plus frenzy. Here we go, 6 attacks. We need 4s to hit. Oof, not very good, and a 6 to wound. And there is a wound. 5+ save for the cloak, and he gets it. 3 attacks from the stone troll. Here we go. On 4s, wounding on 3s. There is 1 wound. 5+ save. Yes, he gets it. Combat resolution now. He wins by 1 because he caused 1 wound. He's immune to psychology, but he'll have to take a test from an 8 down to a 7. And he gets it with a 7, so they'll stick around. End of that combat now, and that brings us over here to game turn 4. Let's do Savage Orcs, charge to declare. Okay, let's go ahead and charge here. He has to hold, and we'll go like this and swing him over here on the corner so that we can charge with this guy, the arrow boy, no problem, and he will slide in like that. Let's take this guy up here and charge him into the corner of this guy. And with a 10, no problem. So, boom. And that's how those combats are going to look. And this is really where it's going to happen now. We've got 1 dwarf here surrounded, and we've got our leader there surrounded. So let's go ahead and take these combats one at a time. Let's start with these 2 guys who charged in. They have chappas, so they're extra strong. So we're going to be hitting them now on 4s. And there's 1 wounding on a 4. No. Our leader now on 4 and a 4. There we go. 2 wounds on 4s. Boom, we got 2 of them. 5+ heavy armor becomes a 6+. Oh, he makes both saves. Ah! Amazing. We're going to go back here. Let's attack one of these guys for combat resolution. Let's take this guy here. 3s and 3s. We got it. And a 5. He's not strong enough with his armor, so he is gone. Combat res. This guy wins by 1, so these guys have to test on 7. He's frenzy, so he's sticking around, but this guy may run. 8. No, they don't have a banner either, so he's going to turn around and run. How far is he going to go? 2 inches. There he is taking off now. This is incredible. What a round of combat. Amazing. Let's go on to our next one here. All right, same thing. Let's go ahead and put 5 attacks into that troll. Here we go. 3s. And we got 4 of them. 4+ wounds. Here we go. Ooh, 2 of them. 4+ is actually going to be 6+. I've been miscalculating that. But here we go. Missed that. And he also has 4+ wards. He gets 1 more, so that drops him down 1 more wound. Slowly but surely. Coming back here, club with a nail in it. Ooh, huge. Looking for 4s to hit. And, oof, that's pretty decent. 6s to wound. This is going to be difficult. Oh, and we got 1. 5+ save. No, so he's going to drop down to 1. There we go. Error boy right here is going to come back. 4 and a 6. There's a hit. There's no. Finally, Stone Troll, 3 attacks, 4s. And there's 2, and we need 3s. This is huge. Oh, he gets it. 5+ ward. This is it. Oh, he doesn't get it, so he's going to go down. Boom. We lose our leader. He is out. And that was a huge combat, so that means we only have 1 dwarf left. They are below their breaking point. Let's go ahead and roll for them. It is the start of turn 4 for the dwarves. Breaking point, they are at a leadership 9. Here we go. 6, so they made it. All right, here's how things stand. Even though we passed our break test, things are not looking good for the dwarves. Even if he is able to kill our leader here, the Savage Orcs will still be above their breaking point, so they will not have to test, which means the dwarves will have to test again. And you can see what's going to happen. We're going to have all these guys pile in on this one lonely dwarf here. And it looks like he's not going to stand a chance. So what we're going to do there is, after that leader kills, we're going to say that this guy turns tail, leaves combat, and exits the battlefield. So with that, we say that the Orcs have won that game. They were just too powerful, even for the powerful Dragon Slayers. Rolling now on our leader chart for our leader to see any upgrades he's going to get. 2d6 plus 1, 3, 4. So, Iron Arm, your leader gains +1 strength. Well, that will be okay. Our leader will now be up to strength 5. With that victory, the Savage Orcs now move on to round 4, in which they will eventually take on the Dwarf Miners. So the Savage Orcs and Dwarf Miners are now in the semi-finals. The next game that we will be playing is between the Sword Masters of Hoth and the White Lions of Trace, also in the semi-finals. Please stay tuned to see how those exciting matches turn out. Thank you for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming, where Grey can always play.